along this tear's journey. Won't you walk with me? Walk with me now.
It's dark in here.
Not dark, but an indigo darkness blanket.
I will sit patiently in the middle of the bottom of this pit, if you could even call it that. I mean, there's no language here for landforms.
I am thinking of nothing.
I must put the shapes into ordered structures.
Monuments to the dead.
Churches,
Huts.
Aqueducts.
bathhouses,
Roads.
Paths.
stairs.
Halls.
Meeting houses.
The surge of the filling cavern reaches my ears, just as I think I'm about to drown, even though I never do. The eyes open up and all the shapes fly out. I'm left alone to wait again for the second blink.
I am a racing mind.
I am the gnawing feeling.
I am your caffeine addiction.
I am a headache and a heartache and a tummy ache, the uplift, the skip beat, the elevation.
I am behind the eye hallucination.
I'm that thing caught in your throat.
The feeling in the pit of your stomach warning you or urging you.
When your eyes are closed, I am very eloquent.
I have no gut feelings. My words are never taken from me.
What's that? I hear a dirge echoing through reeds.
I can see a somber party of 8 blind men carrying a limp, wiry corpse towards the forest in the distance. Their procession stops at a clearing in the woods, their lament rising to the canopy. A woman, eyes closed, reveals herself through a head laid on a shoulder.
Stop! Don't go on.
A man's stingray back reaches inward, flexing wing bones. 4 feet arch in third position, legs spread in mantis pose. 2 bodies crepuscular, cleaving themselves desperately, as though tethering themselves with tight grasps only.
It can't be. Still body. Face up.
I smell blood and cum mixed with mint.
A woman takes a handful of violets and puts them into her mouth. She macerates them into a paste and applies the salve to her lover's eye.
I'm sorry!
And then, as though he was weightless, and perhaps he is, the woman scoops her arms under his and carries him away wailing.
What was all that about?
Oh, it was just a feeling I had.
What does that mean? An assumption? A gut feeling? Your body existing in the mind's plane?
No, it's an infection. I'm infected with language. How much language can one body contain?
It must be released.
Are you curious?
Of course. But clarity leads to terrifying hallucinations.
My ocean has become a small creek, and suddenly I can feel my own vastness again.
Sure, the mysteries baffle me, but they baffle me so much I don't attempt to understand them.
What is the ocean but a salted river encircling the earth? Are open eyes an act of fear?
I have never seen a magical swallowing of the earth like that before. The bridge was enshrouded in pink cloud dust. You and I debated stopping to take a picture, but we were both too lazy. So we passed by a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
We had the beach, at least. And the rocky sand that was like the inside of a fish tank.
You collected driftwood while I suffered. But didn't, really. I was wrapped in my Scottish blankets, thinking of nothing except for the diner coffee I would have, or some kind of warmth, some kind of not caring or shallow caring to save me. Us.
There was this smell. A smell somewhere between body and earth, and a hint of coffee.
I'm looking for someone with a beautiful mouth containing nothing but echoes.
Echoes. How does sound travel beneath the earth? Is there reverb in a grave?
No. I think it's like a cotton ball, absorbing all the sounds. The sounds here are vertical.
It sounds like a sweet, happy pain. It reminds me of my body.
The past is an out-of-body experience. The present is in the body. That's why it's so uncomfortable, I think. We're all looking for water, signs of life. We're all following ley lines, looking for indications, impressions of a person.
I'm looking for a solitary stone to sit upon and save my aching feet. I'm barefoot in a forest thick with pine needles. My soles bleed. When I look up from tending my wounds, I'm surrounded by swarms of snow swallowing me with an ermine tongue.
Your words cut like icicles falling from nearby storm drains.
I begin to sink to nowhereness, anchoring my scarred feet to any bottom I can find. My arms upwardly and outwardly stretched as wide as the biggest bird's wingspan. Next, I stack my stones one on top of the other, as tall as skyscrapers. Can I see you yet? I hold my hand to shade my eyes as though that would help me see better. Hello? Are you there? Can you see me?
I'm drowning in this distance. The space between us tastes salty and triangular, practically Bermudian. I've seen the length of waves. I've measured salt in beakers. I've tested their strength and tried to make wine, but nothing works. I think it's because I'm not made of mud, but of some rubber membrane, so that all my inhales fill my skin up to a form.
Those inhales are drowning me.
And fingerprints leave their marks on my skin like the rings of trees. I bet you could map out my life by the patterns of my flesh.
Sometimes your body feels organless, as if you were a heliumed balloon. Eyes wide, face red, hands grasping, cheeks burst.
A desperate position.
You're on another plane.
Meet me there.
I think you're missing a crucial element. If we are no longer defined by the direction we're moving in, a gulf will pressurize us into silence.
A gulf is both a way to hold on and a way to push off. The sound here is deep and wide, informed by floods of memory, carving out the structures and receding away. I think I can swim across my screen to your echo, a reverb protected by this anchorage.
I'm really.
Quiet for a reason.
I'm tired. I'm hungover. I'm full from dinner last night.
Okay, well, I enjoyed last night. Did you?
Yeah.
That wasn't very convincing.
I feel the heavy weight on me. I'm terrified of everything. All these ghosts of future this and future that and futures I'm never going to be able to see are haunting me. Sleeping on my chest at night, pinning me down and sending nightmares into my mind.
Am I that evil?
My pet was shifted entirely from you. I'm here at a standstill. The horizon is bloody and closing in on me.
You can't confront Dublin House. That's way too easy.
I'm afraid, yet I can't stop running more. You're my ambush, and I know you're there, but I can't stop moving toward you.
Fine, you can stay in your bland white chase heaven with your sweetheart. I'd rather be in hell. I'm the one you'll come running back to when you're suffocated by his expectations.
You can pour your heart out, but then all you'll have left is a black hole void that bubbles below like a volcano.
You're self-sacrificing. You're committing existential suicide.
You, I'm going to the grave.
Trust me, trying to sterilize yourself only increases your thirst and dries your skin, sucking all of the moisture from your flesh, aging you. Sex makes your skin snap. If you can't handle it, then desert yourself. Remove yourself from the living, because this is what the living do, honey.
Fine. I'm defeated. Hit me through the weapons. Long to the days. I still have a little knife there.
Do you think of him when we're fucking?
No! I think of a lush blueberry field. Filled with the fattest berry. The field stretching for miles. It's the largest blueberry field I've ever seen. And for some reason, the bushes have large, ominous thorns and brambles and thick branches winding in and around and between one another. They are a deep forest green and the leaves are thick. The field stretches beyond the horizon, the sky mauve, then blood red with undertones of steel. Storm clouds indicate a storm that will never come, giving the sky ulcers and acid in the belly. And the juice of the berries, runs, drips, oozes down our chins, and we're gorged on the sugar, and our lips are stained, our skin, our tongues, our cheeks are stained, and we're drunk on the sugar, and we're gorged, and we're bursting at the seams too, and
You're so weird.
would it make you feel better if I said I want you?
It would. I need those what ifs of the night. Those habitual oh God cries becoming our city's meditation. Those sordid affairs, luxurious miracles surging on the rooftops.
Remember the night we sang that song? What's it called?
The night's prayer.
I watched you oscillate on Molly that night. In between all your frail vertebrae, your paralyzed runs, your lemon away.
I wish you'll feel like hamstrings.
That was the day that my indifferent heart was forced into the profound darkness that comes when chaos spins you and assembles you into a ravenous beast. After that, I no longer had a choice.
I'm poisoned by your coolness. My soul trembles and yours shivers. Shine above, making all things bright. Good night. Good night. Did you say got love?
Yeah? Got love?
It's God's love.
Whatever. I like got love better.
I used to think it was fireflies, like. Good night, fireflies alive.
I like that better too. Red tears streamed from his eyes, cooling rivers.
We do indeed live in a red, scorched country, led by beastly lords.
He said, the future used to be easier. As he pulled my weapon taut, I said, our fathers tried too hard.
I sense vibrations of passion in you. Visions of suffering and a good-giving temptation.
As his gums were bleeding, a shrill, constant buzz filled the plain, the arrowhead placed coolly against my chest. I reached to wipe his bleeding nose. The snap of a pointed weapon against naked flesh hit me like a crow flies, but could not pierce my heart. Defeated, he collapsed onto me, and we bled into one another, blood congealing onto chaparral as we disintegrated into grassland until we were a pool of blood and piles of hair, until we were pretty little bows and arrows and two little... and bows and arrows and two little...
The jury have decided to forego all further arguments from the defendant's side and move straight to the verdict. Ladies and gentlemen, here we have the tale of a cloistered anchoress forced to live in a tiny room where the air is dangerous, where death exhaled final breaths.
It is a tale of a spellbound, war-worn woman, rendering a liturgy of hours from enclosures, walls, bell towers.
A woman who spent her days between a gray brick wall and a metal gate, pacing hallways, rubbing beads between her nervous fingers.
She fell prey to a diabolical look of a vindictive man. Are we not all complicit in the immensity of desire? Therefore, we are all guilty. What?
Order, quiet in the court! We shall now declare the sentencing for this vile act.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have reached our verdict. Heretofore withal, as deemed by the High Court of Bushwick, Brooklyn, we do declaim that all present parties are sentenced to banishment. Officer, take her away.
They say she had those Italian eyes, black, brown, deep, and heavy-lidded, and a Greek voluptuous, some would say rotund body. Her kisses languished as joy, hot as summer and then cold as watermelon on your cheeks. Spare kisses ornamenting an otherwise frigid love, a mother with Latin eyes.
They say she was an opera singer, throwing her windward cries into the gulf without reason, sobbing and chuckling at the jerks that would come and go secretively, or so they thought. Her windward cries falling in cascades.
They say she was born yellow. She was called a toad. Her skin would later turn to gold. Each night, her son would rub lotion on her back. Then she would take her hair down from a loose bun with no fewer than 27 hairpins and step into a hot bath with no fear. As he watched her, he would think, the women of this town have reason to be jealous of this goldenrod woman.
They spent their summers in Lake Saranac in an A-shaped rental cabin escaping the thick heat of East Coast summers. They called it their island. Her cousins were more brave than she, water skiing and playing chicken off the dock. She stood with the water around her ankles and shouted from the shore. Her brother called her an earthworm. She always thought of herself as their mirror, though.
She scandalized their father. He would watch from the balcony of the cabin, roll his eyes, and down mahogany-colored drinks in 2 gulps. They were poor, but they were proud, and they knew how to pretend to have money.
She vaguely glimpsed the edge of another heaven, another life thrown from the seat of a motorcycle under the wheel of a bus. After that, she made herself a martyr without ambition or a respite heart. She liked to tell us how lucky we were to be alive. If things had been different, she said, we could perhaps be half ourselves.
The balances of gold on justice's scales have the weight of a deluge. Does the ocean hear more than a creek? You be the judge. God dares you. My spineless desires, my visions of sublime hearts are a series of archipelagos. Am I the infant of the sun? Because some dark mystery chose me between all and the earth. I am here to sing her secret with unbridled eruptions of laughter mixed with somber pleasure.
And so she walked the rented island like a sentinel, while the others plunged into the depths below. She liked to climb high, higher than she remembered climbing, higher than him, or him, or him. She was aware of raven's wings pulsating above her head, thicker and more solid than the feathers of her memory.
And so she walked the summit of that piercing sound, the night's watchtower built from a day's bricks, and below her forms shivering in the azure. And there she walked the summit.
Her sobs echoed against rocks, bringing the night back to their island. asking forgiveness of a body admired by a man who left by knowing the sea.
That man, lover and past, more beautiful than Venus, with blue eyes defeated by blankness, blank eyes that speckled the gloomy circles traced with misery. Misery influenced by a young blonde met under the veil of the ocean, of an enchanted girl, but no nymph.
She died there, Rowan Blasphemous cried. She insulted the rites and she invited a cultic. She made her beautiful body food for the supreme. In spite of her honor, she ordered the cliched intoxicants each night with cries and torment. She bent herself down from her height into the water. She pushed the heavens to the shorelines. Now is the time to lament.